We are live, hopefully. I'm just gonna double check on the Twitch channel, and we seem to be. Excellent. Okay. So I'll just say Prodar. Perfect. Welcome. So I'm still setting up my assets. As you can see, guys, the stream's gonna be a little bit silly. Blaha cam. Blaha cam. Yeah, I don't know who's doing it like me, to be honest. I do not know who's doing it like me. Me personally. Storm versus Cats. Yo. Alrighty. Oh, Flambeau? What are you doing here, Flambeau
Hey.
Jumbo? What the heck?
I was asking, where are you streaming to?
Aurora, hopefully? Am I not?
I see no Aurora live.
Bro, check again, buddy.
Holy. I'm the Chungus.
Yo, can you give me some gambling to set up for the first map? I need some gambling.
Will Lucio be played?
Oh, but Lucio's banned. Lucio's banned.
That's don't tell chat.
No, that's so bad.
Do you want a co-caster war?
Dude, I'd love a co-caster. I was just being a little bit silly today. And my prodding is like really bad, I'm not gonna lie. But we got the Blaha cam. I don't know if you see it. The Blaha cam is in effect.
I do see it. That's wonderful. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Oh man, you got the title and everything set up. Oh my word, it's like you're a professional.
I know. We got the assets. I even colored them the color I thought the teams were, and if not, they correspond to the color of the side they're on. Holy, who does it like me?
Do you want to do play-by-play or color? May be easier for you if you're prodding.
Yeah, whatever you want to.
You're already going. You're already going. I can't see anything. Looks like there's an Ana.
Oh.
I'm trying to get in.
Oh, well, so, in the game, we got Dire on ball. We're getting marked out by Tracer and Master Jedi on the, Tracer Para, and Master Jedi Cassidy. So, I think a lot of threats for Dire to deal with here, but the Savage Storm have been opting for this ball style on a lot of maps. Hyper's actually gonna strike first with the pick. Dire is running into a lot of contestation, but all he needs to do is stall for time here and just try to cut his zone out this backline. Drops very low though in this fight. Does manage to get out with his life.
War, you should send me an invite because I can.
Oh, I got you. How do I do that? Who knows? Let's just try this.
Thank you. Perfect.
All right.
Okay, I'll keep talking. Okay, Diva over here now. Dr. Jargo trying to take some space on this high ground, forcing the Brig, the Freya, and the Ana all back up pretty hard. Pokemon Guy now trying to keep up this pressure on the backline, but Master Jedi is the one getting that first blood, taking out Met in this fight. That's a big pick here for I think that's Cats. But Master Jedi doesn't get traded. Dire finds theirs with Dark Jargo, takes out Pokemon Guy. Trevin to fall as well from Yeetmeister on the Ana. But the pulse bomb comes here, does connect on Dire. Dire taking a big chunk of damage off of this. So the point will get that first tick. So WinCon is now officially set as now Met is back, putting in this pressure on Dr. Jargo, just trying to stay alive. But the Kiriko is alive here. Warblehawk up in that upper high ground, not getting any pressure from the side of the Storm right now. But Storm are all now back, getting set up. And they're looking to try to get on this Brig, on this Ana. Dr. Jargo is posturing to go in here, as we do see the recall forced from the Tracer, but they do get Pokemon Guy before they have to recall. Now Met on this point, the high noon is popped with the Pulse Bomb and the sleep. Master Jedi is not going to be allowed to get anything out of this, and the rush is used as well from Overwatch, trying to make something out of nothing here. They do get Met on the back of this fight as Dr. Jargo trying to do the best that they can, but will fall low. Might get D-Mac. No, Suzu in there just in time. So a lot of ults committed there from this the Cats and Hats to no avail war.
Yeah, and I felt like they have been like proactive with their clicks of Q, but they haven't necessarily got the picks. A lot of their picks actually come from like these individual performances, like Para taking these angles really aggressively, or Jargo taking the angles really aggressively. When you have Dire going in like this, I mean, you should have to worry about this on your back line as well.
Yeah, fat Nano coming through. Para having to recall so early, 1 HP. They might be able to get a pulse bomb here. I'm watching this. I don't know what might happen. They're going up with Dr. Jargo, trying to get on this high ground. The Wu Yang ult comes through the mines as well. Oh, it's a massive Wu Yang ult. They get Space Maker, and Dr. Jargo with... So now the mines are on point. Dire will kill Warbler Hawk because of that, but picks are actually coming through for the Storm, and you know, considering the disaster that was the start of this fight for them, the Storm will actually end up winning this fight pretty single-handedly. Pulse Bomb does come through. Won't quite kill Dire, as Dire is a very healthy Wrecking Ball still.
Yeah, the advantage for the Cats here is they do have this like touch, or at least better contest to it. I mean, Para's gonna strike first with the first kill, but that's not seeming to matter. I mean, Met's just gonna equalize that one up, and now it's just transfer to transfer, and they get the point!
C9! Oh, that's a disaster. I think that, I mean, the Storm were postured really well there. They just needed to walk on and get the point, but instead Met's sent back to the spawn room. Will have a really far respawn, and now the space getting taken for free by Cats and Hats. Also, where you should click left control on your keyboard to hide the player card.
I forgot about that. Boom. Who does it like me? Thank you.
Also, hi Pablo. So what are you looking for here, War? What does each team need to set up to accomplish?
I mean, I feel like the Savage Storm are playing fine. I mean, maybe just a little bit too much reliant on Dire on the point, but right now it just feels like a lot of isolated fights. I mean, that's what you should be doing with the ball comp, so I think that's why it's been sort of favoring the Savage Storm thus far. But I feel like I'm seeing a little bit more cohesion with the Cats and the Hats, which we are seeing from Para here as they clean up a couple with the help of Jargo. And Cats seem to be firing even down Greg, their captain. They'd have Trevin in as a ringer for that.
Yeah, and again, I think what Cats are doing really well, I mean, despite being down, it does look like the Cats and Hats are the ones who are actually playing better as a team. Dr. Jargo's going on a lot of these dives with Para to try to get these picks on Pokemon Guy or Met, who may be, you know, slightly off tempo with the rest of the team. Dr. Jargo eats a lot of that mind damage, but is there on the point, sends in the bomb, the Poke Bomb! They find Pokemon Guy! The Pulse Bomb comes through from Met as well, won't connect on anything. Master Jedi has this nude as well. If they need a Dire rolls on through, they will find Hyper, and no other ults needed from Captain Hats, and they will very quickly, after a pretty late hold on first, be capturing this second and start rolling down third. A late stagger kill on Met as well as Disastrous. The Dire opting to swap over onto the Sigma, try to put a little bit more poke pressure here, but I don't know if that's how well that's gonna do here into this Diva.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Met's gonna make the move, so will Pokemon Guy here as well. I feel like it's gonna be still really hard to like mark this Tracer on the angle. I mean, you don't really have any responses for Para, who's been putting in numbers. First pick machine. Hyper's gonna go with the rally though, and a response rally from Trevin as well. So both teams sort of playing for the space. Master Jedi's gonna add in High Noon as well here, seeing if they can find anything, but nothing just yet.
Yeah, and that Nano does come through. Pokemon Guy taking out Trevin. The Pulse Bomb does come through, and it will find Hyper. So that's one support out of this fight. They continue pushing. Master Jedi will fall next. Para getting very low, has to go through Horseshoe to get that Mega. As Met, again, finds Master Jedi. The Kiriko forced to TP out from Warbler and Cats and Hats having to reset for the first time since what feels like the first point.
Yeah, I mean, the Savage Stormers really let the Cats and Hats swing this into their favor, and I think with this comp swap, maybe they're able to play it a little bit slower, play a little bit more for these like brawls on point. But you still have this on a break backline. You're still like playing to like punish and look for dives, but you don't really have a target to dive with. It feels kind of like wonky and discombobulated. You have to play for like weird combinations, and you're always gonna have this Tracer and Diva in your backline.
Yeah, we do see a very aggressive dive there from Para. Does get killed by Yeetmeister or Space Maker. The bomb forced by Jargo just to get the remake, as they will get it off, but however, you're still down your Tracer in this fight. Trevin taking a lot of damage in the backline too, doesn't get purpled. Will there be any follow-up on a Trevin? No. Instead, Dr. Jargo's there for the peel, keep everyone nice and healthy. As now Master Jedi forced to fall off. Dire taking very aggressive space here in this front corner. The Sigma doing so much as Dr. Jargo forced to play back to keep their teammates alive. And now we're down to the last 20 seconds. You just have the rush, but both DPS are dead for the side of the Cats and Hats. And Dire's just walking forward. They're taking space. A big rock connects on Trevin. And Dr. Jargo's all on the backline. They get met, but they're sleeped. They're purpled. And now they're going to get demeched on the point. And they have to be the only people there. It's just kind of a disastrous last fight. And what a rock! Oh my god. Dire hits the fattest rock known to man. That forces the OT as no one's able to touch. The rush comes through, but it's too little too late as Dire taking matters into their own hands. I wasn't a big fan of the Sigma swap, but Dire said, watch this, little bro, and then proceeded to go crazy on it.
Yeah, and I don't really like the comp they play with the Sigma swap, but I think Dire just like is good on the Sigma into the Diva and into the Cassidy, because you like effectively are just like, you're not diving the Cassidy anymore, so the Cassidy doesn't really have anything to use flashbang for, and you also like can just wall the Diva every single fight. Like DM doesn't really matter into the Sigma because you can just like walk at her and rock her every single fight and shoot 2 bullets at her and she's half HP. So I don't know, I kind of like the swap, don't like swap. I feel like both these teams are playing like really interesting comps though. I'm interested to see, yeah, so Savage Storm are going to stick with the same look on attack. We just kept moving Pokemon guy over onto Freya. I mean, he was on Freya for the start of the map. We'll see if he can actually land a bola and not have it get eaten this time though.
See, I think what was successful with the Sigma, to be honest, and why I think it really shifted the momentum, is I don't necessarily think the ball wasn't like bad by any means. I think Dire was doing really well. The problem was the team was just so separated in all these fights. Dire just being able to stand there and kind of display where they're wanting to fight, where they're trying to hold these spaces, is doing so much for their team as a whole, and is really reducing the amount of, you know, like you said, it was very pick-heavy, pick-oriented fights that are going on, but now Met and Pokemon Guy are both kind of playing around Dire a lot better on, now on this Sigma. So we'll see if that continues here into attack as both teams are posturing very early. Dr. Jargo already on this high ground with Para in this hotel room as it'll be an early hotel rotation here for the Sigma. Nope, never mind. They're just trying to bait out everybody as now they instead rotate all the way around Fountain. Dr. Jargo is there trying to apply a little bit of pressure here in the backline, but this Torp Chart is going to be very problematic. It's going to be kind of difficult for Dire to walk up because Matt and Pokemon Guy both getting zoned off so effectively by Dr. Jargo right now. That turret is under zero pressure from any shurikens or shots.
And you kind of need like Pokemon Guy and Met to clear his angles. I mean, Dire has to like step up a lot to do it, and he has to use a lot of resources. You can see already very weak. The turret has been cleared, but your backline's down, and your Sigma's half HP on towards the point with a lot of their cooldowns already forced out. Does get a trade onto Para. That's been the big threat throughout this map, and now looking more towards the point. Almost a good rock, trying to get his Ana out of this situation. A good anti onto Jargo. Will this Diva get demech? No, a nice Suzu from Warblehawk to keep the team alive.
Trevin as well being the hero, jumping down, trying to save their teammate as they will go in. The rock connects again from Dire, but they're nice and healthy. Both supporters are here, but I'm seeing a Nano built up from Spacemaker as they also kill Master Jedi. And now this Nano can come out on Dire and just solo win this game, or this fight, I think. Never mind, they opt not to use it. So instead, Dire will fall. Trevin is traded out, but Para will get met as well. And now it's just Spacemaker and Pokemon Guy left to fight for themselves as Para going in very aggressively, trying to get this trade, and will. And now again, the ult bank is once again now way in favor of Cats and Hats.
Yeah, I would have not faulted Spacemaker for popping the Nano here. I feel like he didn't really have a good target. I mean, looking towards the, you want to look to combo with that with the Blade, and Dire obviously close to the ult, but like, well, I guess you weren't sure if you were going to get that fight through or not. And now you have a lot of ults for the Cats and the Hats to use here. I mean, Para's usually been great with these pulses, and bombs just used to stabilize the point. We could be looking for an early pulse, but unfortunately that one's going to go wide as the fight breaks out.
Poke Bomb! Won't quite connect. Instead, again, now the Nano comes through on Dire. Forces Warblehawk completely out of the fight. The Flux does come out, connects on Master Jedi, but they have the Overload to stay nice and alive. Met has to use the Deflect to stay alive. But the rally comes through from Trevin, and there's so much pressure now from this Brig. The core as well, keeping everyone off this fight. But now Trevin's dead, Para's dead, and Dire's able to stand for free in this corner. They have so much pressure. Pokemon got on a great angle here to have this crouch fire with Dire, as Dr. Jargo falls very low, and it looks like this will be a first point capture for the side of the Storm.
I have a lot of beef with how the Son of the Cats decided to use ultimates there because it felt like they kept on stacking ults at the same time. Like they'd pop like a support ult and they pop like a bomb. And like support ult should be used to stabilize the team, but you're already like committing the bomb as well, so you're not like trying to keep the mech healthy. You're just sacrificing the mech, sending it in. And Pulse, I guess, didn't get anything. I feel like no flame to para there, but then you're comboing the second set of support ults, like the Rally and the Torbjorn ult as well. It's just not good looks in my opinion.
Sorry, as I am not making an announcement, Pokemon Guy does find the early pick here onto Warbler Hawk. Dark Jargo falling very, very low. The blade is popped. I really like this blade here. If they get some separated picks, it could be massive. They do get driven, and they get the D-Mac on Jargo as they're forced to drop off the map. Master Jedi falling very low. Will stay alive, but now you get all this space for free. And again, you have 3 ults you're working with here, and a solid ult rotation. I really like that blade for Met.
But Dr. Jargo's going to make the swap over onto the Ram. They're going to go for the Ram May Brawl, and I think that works really well into the Genji, into the Sigma here. They can sort of just, like, walk at them, and the Sigma has to respect that space. So we'll see how this looks, but I don't even know if a touch is going to come in. Para, Jargo, one of them needs to step on. Para's going to take him for a second, and Sigma's actually going to hit! And this fight is live on the point. Pokemon Guy looking with the OC towards the point. Not able to find anything. A rally from Hyper as well, but Savage Storm are losing numbers here, and the sustainability is just too good with the Wu Yang and the Kiriko heals. And unfortunately, Dow's gonna be forced out.
Oh my god, I was just saying I really liked that blade from Met, and then because they gave them really good ult rotations, and they went ahead and used all 3 of their other ults for just into a rush and a pulse bomb. So, and Para already now halfway back to another pulse bomb. So, really well played, really well defended by the Cats and Hats, and I guess some swaps are coming out, so it's not the biggest deal here for the Savage Storm, but you really needed to kind of, I think, play that a little bit slower if you're the Savage Storm. Just kite out the Kiri Rush, play for your picks, and now the Queen opting to play now, once again, really, really fast here, but you don't have speed if you're Dire. It's going to be so tough to take this space, but Dr. Jargo is pulled in. A nice Maywall from Master Jedi. Dire in big trouble, so is Pokemon Guy, as they do trade out Para for Pokemon Guy, but Dr. Jargo has their Mantra ult. They're pushing forward. The Suzu's force. Dire's going low. Does get nanoed by Space Maker into this small room, so Dr. Jargo actually is the first one to fall here in this fight. Master Jedi has to use that Cryo Freeze to stay alive, and Trevin trying to use that wave to keep them alive as well, but instead it's just a stagger here on the Kiri, on the May. Actually, no, they live somehow. I don't know how that's possible. But now Para on the point has this pulse bomb. They're looking for it. It doesn't quite connect, but the Blizzard does come through. It freezes up Dire. That means Dire's going to die in this fight. Trevin as well, using that ult just to keep everyone nice and healthy. Dr. Jargo now back on the Doomfist. 41 seconds still in this fight, and they'll clean up, but now you have only Rush into the full recontest now from the Savage Storm.
Yeah, and Warbler Hawk is definitely the key player to look at this fight. Has the Rush, also has the Suzu to... This is a big denial for the... Dire ult that's gonna come in, make this Savage Storm make this swap over onto the Juno Brig comp, getting a lot more playability with the new patch. We'll see if this team can make it work with not the most amount of practice on this comp though. As Dire
Para is scudded out by Matt. Has to use the recall. Now they're out. The Rush comes out. Para already half HP. Dr. Jargo as well falling low. The wall is there. And they're trying to find Dire, but they need to be careful. Dire has a massive ult. Master Jedi gets picked, and then Suzu's up. The blade comes up from Met as well. That's 2 now for Met. They're looking for more. Dr. Jargo falling low will fall, and this map is going to keep on going into a .3 off of a hero blade from Met.
And Met's moving different that fight, showing that the Savage Storm still in this map, still have a chance. And now that they have speed, I'm really liking the prospect. But you can see Jargo immediately says, hey, you can tank swap. Hey, so can I, buddy. Goes over to the Zarya. And I would not be surprised. Yep, there we go. Dire's back in spawn. Zarya versus Zarya. And I think this might be what we stay for a little bit here. I don't really know who has the advantage on this new comp.
That's one bubble force from both these Zaryas here. Is now the Tracer Para looking to find Met on this side ground. A nice wall comes through, but won't quite zone off Dire. Dire still has some of those bubbles. Keep fighting as Met does find Para at the start of this fight, and Master Jedi has no DPS for the side of the Cats, as now Storm are pouncing. They're continuing to walk forward.
No.
Trevin actually opts to use the ult here. It won't quite connect or find a kill. Instead, Jargo is going to be staggered out late, and I think this will be it. The OC as well from Pokemon Guy, just to clean up this fight completely, as Met is hunting for blood. They're in the backline looking for more. The Juno ult comes through as well, just to confirm as Para is blown up on this cart. The Sousa comes through, the freeze from Master Jedi as well. The Doomfist, the emergency touch, but won't be enough as they fall. And ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, the Savage Storm will be taking map 1.
Man, that felt like that could have gone any which way, Flambeau. I mean, both these teams with, I think, a few questionable alt rotations where we use everything then lose the fight, and a few moments where you might have wanted to show like a little bit more respect for your competitors, but it really came down to these like hero plays in the end, met with the big blades, and Para also with some really good early picks on Tracer. Those are the two people I'm going to be looking out for throughout the rest of this series.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I think the picks from Dyer there are really, really good. I think Dyer was playing consistently well that whole map. Like, I'm not trying to discredit them all, but I think the rest of the team is just able to keep, I don't want to say keep up, but really play with Dyer more and visualize what Dyer's trying to do without necessarily as heavy communication, right? So there, I think you could see that a lot more effectively. Maybe not at the end of second when they used 4 ults in a lost fight, but with Dyer on the Queen, Zarya, Sigma, things like that, it really actually enabled Met and Pokemon Guy a lot more. And I really like the Juno swap as well from Space Maker there, giving their team a little bit of speed, allowing to rush and run over the Cats and Hats who have been kind of struggling into these fast comps. So we'll see what the next maps may bring. Or I don't know if you do map breaks or not. So it's kind of your call. Or are you in the ether?
I had a genius idea and it made things work. Hello, I'm back. Sorry. Uh, And welcome back, everybody, to Aurora Esports. We are back on Lijiang Tower. The Savage Storm took our first map, and now we move into this map. Flambeau, I did not even look at the bands. You know what they are?
Farah and Lucio.
Holy,
So,
my entire hero pool. They're ready for me to sub in.
That's not true. I've seen your venture. You're moving different.
No, I'm not moving different, bro.
We do get space. I believe in Spacemaker supremacy here. So we do see that coming out as well as the Dire Junkrat. This is kind of the look that I unironically wanted to see more of from this team with the Dire DPS. I think it's actually like kind of crazy good. Maybe not on the Rat, so we'll see what happens, but Dire was playing some Ashen Sojourn the other day, and it's kind of getting busted. Both teams TPing out, Verity switching over onto the Tracer as we have the Zarya Brawl versus the Ram Brawl. Which one do we think will win, War?
I mean, it's a question of will Jargo be able to live long enough to just win the fight, you know? Because you're playing into the Junkrat, right? But if you just get kills like that early, like, Zarya's not going to be able to get charged. She's going to get walked down every fight without building. But Jargo is maintaining this space pretty well and doing a good job of keeping the crowd. Does get the trade onto Pokemon Guy early. So now you're sort of on the back foot. If you are the Savage Storm, you can get this point flip, but there's gonna be some quick aggressive fights already. 100 charge and Dr. Jargo just obliterates.
It's definitely miscommunication right now from the side of the Storm. Some people are backing out, some people are going in. Like, it's kind of, and now they're gonna pay the prices if Hyper falls here. This is really, really bad for the Storm. They do lose the flip, and we see this fight again posturing up. Dr. Jargo getting pretty high on charge and both ult and the actual charges. Pokemon Guy, first to fall again here is disastrous for the side of the Storm. As Katzen has continued to push forward, and Met will get the lamp to stay alive. Dr. Jargo falling to half HP, has to use both bubbles, but they're really high on charge now. Trevin does trade out Dire in the backline now on the venture off the Junkrat, but Met does trade out Dr. Jargo. That's a much bigger pick for the side of the Storm. Spacemaker does follow soon, but Cats and Hats actually did flip the map earlier, so with this long extended fight and these picks is really good for them as they have almost every single ult for.
And because of those swaps you have to make for, I mean, you're swapping onto the Venture, but you're also swapping onto the Reinhardt as a counter. I mean, it's looking a little bit desperate already because you don't really have any ults to go back into this. You can go early with Window. There's a lot of things that can counter that out. And this time they're taking the TP over towards the point. And an early Window, they're going to get this quick flip, but Jaro immediately looking to go back into this.
Yeah, the flip does come through. Dire in this backline, but the grab connects on so many, but the nice lamp from Hyper will keep everyone alive. Pokemon Guy needs to be careful, but Met finds two, Spacemaker finds one in the back end. It's just Dr. Jargo alive, and we'll play Rig Around the Rosie on that shield, and, you know, honestly, I was not expecting that fight win to come out for the Storm.
Yeah, they shouldn't have won that. I feel like if you're on the you need to commit somebody to marking that point. Like whether it's your Tracer or maybe like you have a support like play that angle. You can't let this point flip over because the other comp just wants to bunker. And now you can also see now we're back onto this Ramatra to counter out this Reinhardt. Blossom does come in early and Para gets a couple, but Transmaker looking to shatter in, equalize the odds, catches one, catches two. Can he be him? Can he 5v1? I don't think so. And now, unfortunately, staggered out.
I believe in Spacemaker supremacy.
True.
It was a good shatter, but unfortunately the fight was already lost. Kara with a really great Blossom, you know. Pokemon Guy obviously was probably commenting that they wanted the Juno ult, so if you just Blossom on top of it, you're going to have at least 4 of the team there. The point does flip quickly. The Reinhardt's now back to with the teleporter. All support ults are now coming through except Pokemon Guys, but Dire with the Ventral in the backline will have the lamp to keep everyone nice and healthy. Verity actually the first to fall from Hyper, but Para trades out, catching Dire. Hyper falling very, very low. Para finding more. Met falls off the map! They're trying to beat me! But the point will slowly keep ticking, but now flip as Spacemaker gets kind of staggered. That's a really bad stagger for Spacemaker as now they're on that late spawn here. And this is last fight territory for both these teams.
All you need is this touch. I mean, you can get it from Met, you can get it from Dire, and you have the hyper window to fight with. But if his fight goes on too long, 3 ults are on the cards, and Jargo's gonna have an opportunity to pop his at least. Little Tracer in the rooms, no true winner of that, but the point is ticking away in favor of the Cats and the Hats. You need to do something at some point in time.
Remelt is coming through. The lamp is there to keep everyone nice and healthy, but Tracer's on, or sorry, Dire's on point. Trying to keep it alive, but actually losing to Trevin in this duel. The Night Shatter connects, takes out Warblerhawk. That's the biggest support there. Both supports now dead. For the side and the Cats and Hats in the Storm may have just flipped this. They have to hold aggressive. They cannot let this Reaper live. If Para lives, they can touch this point. They have the ult as well. Para going in for a hero play. 96%. They have the ult. They pop it. Hyper don't die. They miss the lamp, and now Jargo's back. The Juno ult in time, but the ult misses. The slam comes through. Jargo will fall, but will anyone be able to touch? The Tracer's there. They have to recall. They get the touch. Spacemaker just trying to hold in these doors. The pulse bomb comes through. Won't quite connect. Dire actually the one to find Warberhawk. Verity trying to be there, but Spacemaker and Dire will clean up this fight in a very close map 1 for the Storm.
After that map, I just gotta be asking, like, Cats and the Hats is like contesting the point muted. It flipped so much throughout, and I'm wondering, like, for any of the flips that like the Savage Storm were able to eke out like 13%, 10%, or like just like get the flip then win the fight, like you could have easily like had a chance for the fight within that time. And I want them to be like a little bit more aware of that. And now it feels like they're a little bit scrambled. They don't know like what comp they really want to play. I feel like Verity wants the mirror on the Symmetra, and his Symmetras look really, really nice this season. But I mean, at the same time, you want to play Brawl with that, but you don't have the speed to really play Brawl with.
I kind of want to see Verity play something like a Sojourn or a Soldier, or something a little bit more punky, right?
Bro, Verity plays Sim or Tracer. He doesn't play. He doesn't do this hit scan stuff.
Tracer's fine, but it's so difficult. I mean, even if you get the pick on one of these flex support, Pokemon guy is going to be the first to fall here again in that backline. But Matt has so much forward pressure as this batch, and the lamp is for Spacemaker with a pin, but actually it's going to be a full flip, full fight win, in fact, is what I meant to say, for the Cats and Hats, as Hyper jumping off the map to ensure they get that flood respawn, actually just a second too late, so kind of a really tough stagger for them as we see the swaps coming through here for the Storm. Dire on this Cassie. This is what I want to watch. Dire's hit scan is actually insane. Spacemaker does fall low early. Nice poke from Jargo here. Forces the team to kind of adapt. Fire Strike's coming through. Jargo falls down to half HP. Spacemaker trying to walk up on this high ground. But Para and Verity both there. Both fall down to half HP. But Spacemaker just can't walk anywhere. They need the speed ring engaged. The pin connects, but there's so much feel for Jargo that's probably actually worse for Spacemaker to take that pin. And now they're forced out of the space. They don't have that tool, and the fade as well from Met is forced. They're stuck in this small corridor, and Jargo has the ult. In fact, that's what they're gonna go do. And they get the window! The pin though! Oh my goodness, I believe in Spacemaker supremacy, folks. You hear it first. Cinema.
Yeah, this guy's moving different, I won't lie.
Also, hi, Glosy, or Melody now. Neptune bans our Farah and Lucio.
Well, they banned our hero pool, Neptune.
But now again, Storm taking a very aggressive angle. Backline's falling very low. The nice shatter from Spacemaker. They force the ult out though, but Para finds 3 off the back of that. Dr. Jargo will kill Spacemaker. Despite the great shatter, Trevin's ult, as well as Para's, keeps this fight going on. Matt will die on point just to keep this fight or point from turning over too fast. But, you know, you're walking in, you have 3 ults, you have the Reaper, Cass, and the Juno. This is going to be a big fight here. The early rush from Warblehawk, I like that a lot. Hold them into this side here. Lamp is forced, the punches come through, and everyone is dead. What a pulse bomb from Verity, sending them back to the spawn room. You're now in 2-fight territory for the side of the Cats and Hats. They need to win this point to go on to, you know, that third sub-map, as Jargo trying to build up that ult charge. That's kind of the win con here for them as they're facing down this Juno ult, facing down this Reaper ult. It's so tough. You don't have any kind of support live for this Blossom that's coming out. In fact, Dire pops that ult, and they find 2 the speed ring for Pokemon Guy just in time to get them around that last corner, and now you're in such a strong fight for the Storm. The window comes out from Hyper just to confirm this fight as Spacemaker finds Verity, Met finds Trevin. It's just Jargo alive on this point, and it will flip inside of the Storm. But now, again, it's that same situation for the Storm. They have at least 3 fights that they need to win, but the positive for them, they held on to both Pokemon Guy and Met's ult score.
Yeah, I mean, if the side of the Cats and Hats are all tracking this, you need to be careful about this setup for the Blossom. I mean, Met's looking for it already, and Pokemon Guy can click that ult early. I kind of want Jargo to just take this fight dry here. I mean, just see if they can get an ult down. That's exactly what's going to happen. Actually, you get the kill. Okay, now it's time. Pop the ultimate. Get in there.
Everything coming out. If this is the winnable fight for the Cats and Hats, they need to end this fight now, quickly. They find Pokemon Guy. They're trying to look for more. Spacemaker falling very, very low. Now cap the point. The Reaper's going on there. If they can get these late kills on Dire, on Pokemon Guy, or on Met, this is going to be such a big fight for the Cats and Hats. Met trying to stay alive as long as they can. Wait for these reinforcements because they need to win here. 97% for Para's ult. It's going to be a Blossom here to send us to that third sub-map as the Doomfist from Spacemaker going in. Catches Warblehawk. That's a massive pick. They need a big ult here from Para as they find Pokemon Guy. They're trying to posture up. Spacemaker still in the backline. Finds another from Trevin. But the Blossom will secure as we head to Gardens. One last map for it all here, War, on Nijang Towers.
Yeah, and I feel like the side of the Cats and the Hats are really catching their stride on this brawl look, but it's a question of, do you still want to force this on Garden? I mean, you could have, like, Spacemaker go over to the Doom here, Dire go over to the Genji if you want, or say the Soj. You can play a lot more flexible comps where the Symmetra Reaper doesn't get as much value on this map. I think this third point is, I mean, it's obviously going to decide it, but it's going to be a really test of, like, how can you adapt as a team? Because now you're playing into something a little bit different, a little bit new. Can you still keep the same pressure? Can you still keep this same, you know, excellence and put us into a tied series?
Well, the Storm are opting for a very aggressive comp with the Doomfist Moira selection. They're hoping to just find these picks before they even come out, as Verity falling very, very low, but Dire, in fact, the first to die. Caught out a little bit early, and so now again, this point very much so in favor for the Cats and Hats is Verity keeping around on this point. Para with so much pressure in this backline and Verity fully charged, trying to find Spacemaker as they fall to half HP. I need Spacemaker to swap off the Doom right freaking now, War.
Right, meow.
Right, meow.
Holy. Met doing a little bit of solo on this point, so they are going to get a little bit better reset, but still on towards the same comp. And, like, with this comp, I mean, you have to really look for Trevin and Verity. These are your less mobile characters that don't have as much sustain. You have to int on every single time if you are going to be forcing this comp, or you just catch Warblehawk early in the fight and open it up. Para is in your backline, though, so you have to give a lot of care and respect to that. And Verity is going to manage to catch one with the turret, but Dire and Met will take the advantage in favor of the Savage Storm. Now Jargo just living on point gets another for their trouble, but I think this fight will quickly be wrapped up and the point will quickly go in favor of the Storm.
I just want to say I do agree with Demo Rue in chat. This map is so skibbity chungus. But again, I mean, if, like you said, the goal of the Storm right now are to play so fast and so aggressive, get these picks out. It's Para going in with a very aggressive teleport in his backline, but with the Moira Doomfist, it's so hard for Spacemaker to actually make the space, and stabilize here. But Para will be the first to fall. Did not get the memo that the rest of their team is going through that white room. As now, again, Jargo forced to back out without the pressure of that Reaper. It's so hard to take that front-to-back fight. And the Cats and Hats forced to stabilize again here on this point. As now ults are online for both teams. The only person without an ult is Verity in this fight. I'm looking to see as the very aggressive, the pulse bomb comes through. Warblehawk and Verity both so low. Speedmaker is in the back there, but they connect on Trevin, who's actually the first, won't die. Everything is popping. The rush comes through, the OC, the Cole, everything, but Spacemaker finds 3, finds 4. It's okay.
Oh wait.
Once again, I apologize. It's Space Maker supremacy. I said swap off the Doom and then you kill 4. Now you did use 5 ults in that fight. But you forced Verity onto a different character, right? Now opting to play the Sombra. But Trevin and Dr. Jargo now are here, coming up with these ults. Oh, they almost got punched on the map, but Dire got first blood. They connect on Para. The Trevin ult just to confirm this point or fight win. And Dr. Jargo actually uses it as well. I'm not sure if I like that, but point should flip for the Cats. But again, that Ramatra ult not really able to find anything as Dire will find Trevin. And now this fight, you know, it should just be in favor for the Storm, and that should just be the map is Met cleaning up the fight and no one can touch War.
Yeah, I have no idea what I just witnessed right there. I'm not gonna lie. That was a mess and a half. Hello? Oh.
Hi.
I thought play of the game was muted for a second. I'm like, what? Of course, it's the scope. Yeah, I don't know. He's just moving different right now. Just kills 4.
Oh my god. This, unreal. My bad, gang. My bad. Well, that's kind of disastrous if you're the Cats and Hats. I believe they opted to pick that map.
So whoever
Or
they
no, they
opted
did
to
not.
ban, they banned Farah.
They did opt.
Which, like, I don't know why they banned Farah, TBH.
I think they probably. I mean, if I were Cats, I think map picks early are just a lot stronger versus first bans.
Yep.
I think
Agreed.
you want to just go to a map that your team is, you know, feeling confident on. Even if they ban you, that's like okay. But we'll see what happens. This will be a map 3. It is map point for the Savage Storm, who, you know, that second map was still fairly close. But
so was the first, to be honest. Like, they're both they're both very really close maps. I don't know.
Just a little worried because I don't think there's any swaps coming here from the Storm. Let's see, because who's their 6th player?
Cassie.
It's Mommy Issues.
Yeah.
Who is not here today. So, it does look like the ban is once again selected to be first from the side of Cats and Hats. Again, they're just trying to protect things, it looks like, as they opt. Now we're going to Circuit, and let me tell you, after playing against the Storm on Circuit, this team has got the sauce, okay? So I'm very concerned. It looks like Dr. Jargo really only wants to play kind of that brawl look, and they're losing on it. So I'm expecting to see Dire back on tank, Spacemaker back on DPS.
I think you gotta ban the. Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah, ban the C.
Yeah.
Because it forces the brawl look, and I think that's a lot better. And then you put in Master Jedi here, play brawl here, and play hard, or play brawl here with like the poke look with Master Jedi, and play hard brawl for the next 2 maps is the line if you're the Cats and the Hats, right? And like the Savage Storm have been reverse sweeps before too, so like don't count this out, obviously, but like. I don't know. It's definitely a tough road. I mean, they ban out the Mei. Holy, Master Jedi has to. If Master Jedi does come in, you can't play the Mei. I don't know.
I mean, honestly, you ban the Sigma, right? All I know Verity is pretty good at this Sojourn, right? Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just think it's really tricky here because I don't really know what lineup you're trying to go here if you're the Cats and Hats.
Did they just put Pokemon guy in tank? Or am I tripping?
It looks like it. They may be just doing a bait.
No. That's not bait. That's after bans. That is decisive, I think. Oh.
Well,
I don't know.
interesting. It is a legal comp. I guess the goal may just be Pokemon guy goes
What is
Ramatra and holds
Spacemaker
right click.
playing here though?
Cassidy or Ash.
I don't get this. Wait, explain this to me, right? Because no flame to Pokemon Guy and Tank. But Pokemon Guy has like one of the best value hit scans. And no flame to Space Maker on DPS. But Space Maker just popped off onto like 3 different tanks. I don't know.
You're up to. I think the mindset is they're up to. They want to just play other things. And I think respectfully to Cats. This is not my claims. This is what I'm guessing the Storm are saying. Okay, do not quote me out of context. Aurora Esports. Okay,
Quote amount
the
of context.
Storm know.
Flipping.
The Storm know they're up 2-0. They also know that the captain for Cats and Hats are not there right now. So they're probably just coming out here saying, you know what, we're going to get our map with Pokemon Guy Tank because we think it's funny. And if we win, it's awesome. And if we lose, it's okay because we kind of won the first 2 maps, you know, in... No, I don't want to say dominant fashion, but they were able to win the first 2 maps, is I guess how I phrase that. So... we do see Master Jedi coming in for Verity. And honestly, I mean, I need to see some kind of adaptations from Cats and Hats, but this is kind of where it is tough to be down, you know, your captain, down your glorious leader, right? And obviously, you know, life stuff is always more important than Aurora, 100% of the time. But I think Cats and Hats are kind of just struggling and don't really have an answer, and it feels to me like they're just going through the motions. And I hope we see a map 4 is I guess what I'll say.
Yeah, same with me. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna send a break here. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what TC's playing, because if I know anything about TC, it's probably gonna be the Ram. I'd assume. But like,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think
know. We'll see.
I think Ramatra, speaking as the resident Ram player on my team because I'm doo-doo dog shit. Oh, sorry, doo-doo dog poop. I just sit in front of everyone and hold right click, and then the rest of my team gets value, and it works. So, we will be heading in. I kind of, like I said, I wish we could see more dire DPS. I wanted to see the Ash from them. Like I said, I thought it was kind of giga crazy, but instead we will just see the Storm come out with Pokemon Guy Tank. Dire support. So what besides the Ram, what do you think they're gonna play here?
I mean, you can't run the May here, so definitely like less of like a hard brawl, but I mean, I guess I didn't have a chance to make their actual predictions. I would want to see something where you're looking more towards the harder brawl style, but it looks like the guys the Hats are gonna move towards like a dive comp instead with the Doomfist with the Genji, which I think is interesting here. Space Maker's gonna play the Widow, which I just kind of forgot that. I think Space Maker's Widow, I think, is definitely like very, very value, and it might be the reason why you have TC on Ram here. But I don't know. I feel like this Doomfist Genji is just gonna get walled as you walk up. I don't know. It's just like a weird...
Sorry, I'm responding in chat to Century on Overwatch. Okay, Pokemon Guy already taking so much damage as Jargo goes in for that slam, just to kind of scout out everything. I kind of really don't like the Cats and Hats.
You have no shield to play behind.
I mean...
how are you gonna push cards? I mean, your goal is you force... Oh, I guess that's how. And Trevin's... Okay, hi Trevin! So TC, you should save your slow for the Lucio who comes in every time. Let's just say that.
Some top 500 tips with War.
Yeah. And they are able to get point pressure. Okay, realistically here, TC's just Orfall on point every single fight, and his team should just get every single kill, and he shouldn't need to do anything. But you have kind of forgo the best point in the game. We have killed one person this map, and we are now looking at like kind of a weird spot. Jargo's hard hits the back line. Okay,
Jargo
goodbye.
Explodes.
Trevin's in though too. Wait, Trevin is in.
But now again, TC just aura farming on cart. They killed Warbler Rock. Fire gets the pick on Trevin. Met finds Master Jedi. And yeah, I mean, realistically, you don't really care about losing all that front spot if you're Pokemon guy. They're looking for the back half of yeah, Para is found. We'll die, but again, you kind of, this is the best corner on this map, right?
I mean,
like,
this
you don't
one's
really mind
really
about that
good
front
too.
spot.
The one that like is with the bridge too. But the final corner is really good too. I don't know. I don't want to give up final corner if I don't have to, or this other corner if I don't have to.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. You can still play in your space here. Space Maker does have the ult, and we'll find Trevin, a great pick from them. As now again, we see a complete momentum shift from that first 30 seconds where Jargo was able to get that opening pick. But I mean, you need that every fight if you're the Cats and Hats. Jargo just go in, find one of these DPS or the Zenyatta, but it's gonna be so hard because again, Pokemon guy could just sit here on this corner and there's nothing that Jedi or Para or anyone can really do. Jargo is Orb, ball's very low, and will just die. Like, it's so difficult to get around anything here. Pokemon guy will get Master Jedi as well, and they just get all this space back for free.
I do not know why Jargo is so afraid of the ram off. Like, he has a... Okay, he has a really good ram. His 2 kills just traded out. I think that's actually going to be better for the side of the Cats and the Hats, as Met's going to be a little bit slower to get back, but Savage Storm do have a lot of ults to come back with. A lot of ults on the cards this fight, and I'm looking towards, I mean, the more conventional ults for Sugar Royale are definitely going to have favor with Hyper with that window, and then Dire with the Trance to sort of save off this blade.
Rush does come through the window in response, but it doesn't really matter because, again, the map is so fast that Para and Dark Jargo just kill in the backline first, but Matt and Dire do trade out. Para and Dark Jargo, though, still in that backline, will kill more, and now TC alone on point. Doesn't quite have the ult yet, so we'll just die here. Please don't pop it when you get it. Please don't pop it. Please don't pop it. Please don't pop it. Please don't pop it. Good.
Yeah, okay.
Now you are coming in with 4 ults. You lose the... or you get the first point, you have 4 ults still, you only use a rush. Space Maker is now opting to go onto the Cassidy again, just some flashbang pressure, I'm sure, for this Genji, for this Doomfist, for this Lucio, as Jargo, once again, just blown up every time they go in.
I just really want to see Jargo on the Ram here. His Ram looks great, in my opinion. I don't know. He can match the Brawl tank instead. I mean, a lot of ults online this fight. It's definitely not an unlosable fight. Jargo definitely going to come back and look to utilize the Star as well as Para on this angle. This Pokemon guy is trying to keep this corner safe, but we'll have to back up a little bit here. And you're really scared of Dire with this Transcendence here.
They do get the lamp. The Trank is forced, but the beat in response, so both fights winnable here as Dark Jargo with a nice punch. The blade in response gets immediately shut down. Master Jedi doesn't miss that Bola as well as Dark Jargo will find Space Maker, but Pokemon Guy walking forward. The aura of Pokemon Guy just sprinting into their backline. As now, okay, you used 4. The fight you don't use any ults, you win if you're Cats and Hats. The fight you use 4, you lose. So I maybe just unbind your Q buttons if you're Cats and Hats.
Jargo is thinking about switching, but then he just says, I don't know, like, I'm the gold player, but like, I just don't know what the Doomfist is doing into the Cassidy Ram. I don't know.
The answer is they're playing fast, right?
Yeah, but they're not playing
fast. Their goal is
just
to... Yeah. The goal of playing the Doomfist is just play fast, play for a pick, and then hope that your team can follow up, right? The reason they're doing this is because they know Pokemon Guy is not a tank player. Like, no, I don't want to say like at all, but Dark Jargo's just playing to completely avoid Pokemon Guy, just get those picks fast and early, and then hope the rest of the team can keep up and sustain, right? But now Trevin on the Ana, and Para falling very low. It's just so tough for the team to actually follow up and keep up because, again, they're not really used to this. The punch just comes through. Pokemon Guy forces that Nemesis one, but Dr. Jargo might just die. The rush comes through from Warblerhawk, though. It's massive as Pokemon Guy gets blown up. But Space Maker on a crazy flank might get more. Hyper is picked, but the Noon is massive. They get 1, but no, Para will cap, and now it's a 2v1 here on this point. Para trying to find Met. but I think they'll get there in time. Pokemon Guy should be able to contest still. 30 seconds left. Para cannot die here. They need to back up. They don't have the reinforcements. Forced to slide back is Para. Pokemon Guy, excuse me, now has pressure on the point as Met sends out that Slorb, trying to keep track of anything. Dr. Jargo forced to use all their cooldowns as the window comes through. They just go through and ignore it. And they find two again. The Transcendence comes through from Dire to keep everyone nice and healthy that's still alive. But the ult from Para still putting in pressure. Pokemon Guy falls down to half HP. They do find Spacemaker on this point. Para does fall to Dire. Behind this tent, it's just Pokemon Guy trying to stay alive as Met will be there for another touch as well as Hyper. But it might be too little too late. As again, these late kills are going to be so strong in favor of the Cats and Hats. And they're still pushing. I don't know how they're winning these fights, War.
Dude, Para literally said, okay, I'm just gonna become him this fight. I don't know. Like, Met pops the ult, immediate headshot from Para, just absolutely deleted, and that was a fight-winning headshot right there, because Dire and Hyper both had support ults in that fight, but now the time is ticking, and now it's the question for the Cats and the Hats, how much damage can you do? Or can you even force an overtime, maybe? You have a Nano, you have a Bullet Shot, and there's no ults on the other team. You need to be proactive with these ults, and you basically cannot lose a fight right now if you want to push it all the way.
Yeah, they will opt to kind of flip the map here, it looks like, as Pokemon Guy will get a nice pick on Warbler Hawk. No Kiriko now in this fight, and yeah, the map now completely flipped. The Nano comes through on Dr. Jargo, but they don't have any cooldowns. They're not really able to find anything here. They're trying to find Dire, but they get orbed up, and Jargo pays for it with their life. They do get Spacemaker on the trade, but now Met finds another, Pokemon Guy finds a third, and this map swap, or this, map flip, is paying off insane dividends as a nice stagger on Trevin as well. That's disastrous for Cats and Hats. Now you're down to 15 seconds to fully cap in your last fight territory.
You should be able to get Jargo's ult for a touch, maybe here. Or at least to sustain the touch if you need it, but the team's already dropped very, very low. You're looking inwards, and Pokemon Guy's the first one to find a pick onto Para. I was not looking at it either, so, like, don't mind me.
Second time tonight?
Number letter, perhaps?
Number C9 hit? You sunk my battleship. Well, the positive side for Cats and Hats is they have a solid win condition. Oh, Warrior Blowhigh has fell over.
It's in reaction. It's reactionary to the gameplay. It's watching.
Goodness.
It's always watching, Flambo Jambo.
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah, you're good. No worries.
Okay, so positives for Cats and Hats. They have a win condition set.
Yes.
That win condition is do not let the storm get to the point. Now, best way to do that is you know Pokemon Guy is playing Ram, so you mirror that Ram and you don't let them walk forward.
Yeah.
And the win con for the storm is allow Pokemon Guy to sit there and get the picks all around them. So I really like the comps from both teams here. I'm not sure about the Lucio. Honestly, I liked when they were playing the Ana earlier. I think you can just go the greedy flex support and just play things, or like even the Zen again from Dire. Just play for the picks. Just honestly, you can ignore Pokemon Guy and just play to just kill everybody else in the game. But we'll see what happens here. Oh my god, I'm still on third floor. Trying.
No, you're good. I mean, Pokemon Guy looking for some early space and actually going to step up here to match Jack Dart Jargo on this high ground. Slow does come in, and Jargo taking a lot of damage. It looks like the side of the Cats and the Hats are going to play for this next point, but Met's going to catch the first pick, allowing Pokemon Guy to walk a bit farther forward.
Yeah, Trevin being out first is a really big pick, as they actually go to Lucio. I mean, I like matching the speeds, but I don't know. I think it's kind of both hands here. I think you have the strong... Oh, okay. Met finds another on Master Jedi, and this may just be the Met show here. As Dr. Jargo already forced to use that Nemesis form. Pokemon Guy able to just walk forward, punching. They find Dr. Jargo, Spacemaker with a nice kill, and this cart is not stopping. As Trevin may get a late pick here, too. Warblerhawk is killed as Dire in there. Finds Trevin. Actually, Met is the one who finds Trevin, and Met with, what is that, 5 final blows now already on the first 10 seconds?
Well, nobody can mark this. Like, who in this competition is marking them? Like, Widow. You have a Ram shield to mark it out, and nobody else can, like, even, like, look at it. Oh, Pokemon guy a little bit close up on this angle, but we'll be able to block their way, hopefully away from the fight.
They have a Lucio though. Like, that's the thing though, is Dyer's able to just play so aggressive with Pokemon guy, because who's pressuring Dyer? It's the same situation, right? Master Jedi and Para can't look at Dyer. Dr. Jargon's trying just to stay alive this whole time, as Para actually is the first one here to get a kill. We'll find Hyper. Para finds another. Para is saying, hold my blade, as they find and win this fight. Every time I'm a doubter, I'm going to stop doubting any teams. I apologize, teams. I will no longer doubt any teams. Every single team is going to 3-0 this week and for the rest of the season.
True. And now because you said that, we must be going to at least map 4.
True.
True.
It is going to be kind of difficult, though, as Spacemaker is coming up to this ult, so is Dyer and Pokemon Guy. No beat yet in response for Trevin, so if Pokemon Guy or Spacemaker have a big beat here, and there isn't really anything you can do in response. You can match with your own beat and lead early with this rush. I really like this rush, but it gets blocked! The rush gets blocked on the cart. That's such a disaster. They do get all this space for free, but they'll end up only burning about 20 seconds, as now all that time is now negated. All this space is already negated as well. Dr. Jargo forces back up. You don't get any picks. Now Dr. Jargo in so much trouble. The ults come through. Dyer finds Trevin first again. 1% from that beat. That's that big difference maker. As Dr. Jargo falls so low, will die from Spacemaker's ult. Warbler Hawk forces TP out. Will hopefully live here for the Cats and Hats, but that 1% was so critical there. As if you had that beat, I think you could have still had a fight here, and instead now, they try to go in. The blade comes through, the beat as well, the window in response. They're in this backline pair, looking for 1, looking for 2, getting punched by Pokemon Guy. Pokemon Guy falling so low, so is the Lucio. Master Jai's actually wanted to clean up that fight, but Para will fall, met with a nice pick. Spacemaker gets killed, or doesn't get killed, but gets stuck, has to slide out. Dyer will find the trade onto Trevin, but Dr. Jargo now trying to play so aggressive, taking so much damage. Met falls down to half HP. Master Jedi shoots out their shot, does get Hyper. Despite that's no more Baptiste. They have to use the Ramble just to stay alive. They kill Dyer, and they kill Met. And now, Cats and Hats finally stabilize, but have nothing for these next fights.
They used everything, and I like the bull of the Ram ult. It just felt a little bit much here, because now you have a Ram ult and a blade on the other side of things too. And Met's been so far throughout this map, just him with these DPS ults, so we'll see if that's the case again here. And Dr. Jargo and the rest of the cast have to show so much respect to this comp. Warbler's gonna be the closest to an ult, and they're actually gonna get a pick! But Pokemon Guy chasing in,
massive pick by Warbler Hawk. They also find Pokemon Guy. Pokemon Guy gets way too aggressive, doesn't kill Warbler Hawk, finding 2. They're the hero their team needs right now. Spacemaker has to slide out, but will get killed. Dr. Jargo hunting them down. Dyer finds Para, and Met finds Trevin though, so this fight isn't over. But Met will find another Warbler Hawk though, puts the team on their back, says, who needs ults? I'll just kill 4.
320k for Warbler Hawk, and every cent was worth it, Flambo Jambo, every cent. Like, single-handedly just turns around that fight. And now has Rush to use in this next fight, and if you can get a good fight with Rush here, by enough time you can build up other ults. You do have to give a lot of care for this beat and this blade. That combo is very, very dangerous, but it's one they can only use one time, and unfortunately Warbler Hawks can go down early in this fight, and the beat is going to come in as well.
Yeah, they do scout out Warbler Hawk right away, knowing that gate is going to be so hard to fight into. Dr. Jargo is the one to fall as well. The beat was used, the blade now as well from Met to clean up this fight. Trevin trying to stay alive, trying to wall ride, trying to live, do anything here, but Master Jedi will get picked. I don't think they can touch Warbler Hawk from the spawn room. Finds Spacemaker as Trevin tries to touch and it gets staggered for the troubles. And now you have 2 minutes to protect against 39 meters if you are the Cats in the Hats. You have the ult advantage. Master Jedi has a big ult here. Dr. Jargo making the swap onto the Diva, trying to play a more dive comp, put pressure on this backline. But Hyper building up close to a coalescence. That can be a fight-winning ult if used correctly. Pokemon Guy taking a little bit of spam here. Again, Trevin has his ult as well. They need to not layer these ults if you're Cats and Hats. You need to win some clean fights. As Matt falls very, very low, zoned out early, but the cart, we cannot see a C9 here, Cats and Hats. Please communicate. Met gets the kill on Para. The beat is too late. They're not going to be able to blade this fight war. The,
Bullet shot.
whatever it's called, bullet shot goes wide, won't quite connect as the transcendence comes through, keeps Pokemon Guy alive. There's so much pressure in the back as well. Trevor will fall, Warblehawk will fall, Master Jedi will fall, and ladies and gentlemen, with the Blossom on the top of the bouquet or something, I don't know. The Storm win 3-0.
Yeah, honestly, making a statement like Pokemon Guy says. Debuting a new comp, 3-0 against Cats and the Hats, and not a bad start to this group for the side of the Savage Storm. Definitely going to be very, very happy with that. As we get to see, I don't even think I got that, like, I think that's a different play than Warblehawk had previously. Warblehawk definitely looking very good in the Kiriko. Lots of good plays from Cats and the Hats, but in the end, Savage Storm pull it out. Do we have the ability to get people in here for a match MVP?
Yeah.
Even? Okay.
Well, they'd have to join a different call, but.
Oh, you have the
Oh, no.
Dragger hand?
Yeah, I have the Dragger hand.
Okay. Well, who are you thinking for MVP?
I'm thinking Space Maker.
I'm also thinking
Maker
Space Maker.
supremacy.
Yeah, that guy's actually goated. Get him to join the channel. I don't know. Space Maker. Join anywhere.
I have the Hand of God. I can use it.
Yeah. Change this.
Okay, I'm trying to pull them down, but Discord does not
Dude.
like how many voice
Storm.
channels. Okay, there we go. 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
And
Hello.
Let's
welcome.
go.
Holy.
Hello, everyone. What are y'all
How's
doing?
it going?
Hello, Space Maker.
What's going on? Oh,
Hey, you
God.
won.
Yeah, we were cooking today. We were all playing really well. It's so fun. Oh my gosh.
You guys, it looked like you guys were having fun. We got the inaugural. I don't know if this was the first map you did it, but the TC Pokemon Guy tank.
Yeah, we were looking to get all of us on the 3 roles, and so I mean all of those comps are really good for us anyway, and we all wanted to play it. But yeah, that's something TC actually played like so good today. It's actually insane on the Ram.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they must have been taking notes watching that hashtag Space Maker Supremacy on tank as well. So
I honestly was not. I didn't know if my tech today was gonna be good. I queued it to unranked before the match because I knew that was something we talked about doing. But yeah, that is just
all I have to say
insane.
is don't watch back the VOD. Just know that I believed in you every second of the way when you went first.
No, I didn't believe in myself until we won the first round, and I was like, okay, wait, winnable, because I really thought like, okay, we might throw a little bit, because my thing is, it's hit or miss sometimes, feast or famine. But today we feasted.
And feast you did. I mean, again, you guys looked really, really well coordinated. I really liked your adaptations throughout the series.
hmm
I think, and this isn't to beat down on the Cats and Hats, but I think the team that really made more adjustments today ended up winning. Right? You guys looked like you were out there. You had plans, and when those plans didn't work, you had backups. Right? So, you guys stuck in it. You looked good on each map, and because that, you guys ended up winning. Hashtag Storms Brewing.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean, we always try and do a lot of prep for every team, but today it kind of the prep we had worked out really well in our favor, and all the comps kind of just meshed really well with what we wanted to play. But yeah.
So I have just a few more questions. Where I don't know, do you have any others before? Like, I got at least one more before we go to El Clasico. But do you have any other questions?
Yeah.
what's your reaction to Fimi dropping off the map after you hit the coolest 4K clip and could have had a 5K on Doomfist?
I mean, I was so like I was just so at awe of the 4K. I didn't even like. I can't even ask for more. You know, I would have been fine with just killing the one and my team cleaning up. I was just so at awe. Like it was a surreal moment. But that's I didn't even know that happened
It was
actually.
kind of
But
insane.
it
It
was
was
it
fun.
was amazing.
Well, so my other question then as well is, I think you guys had a really tough first group, right? I think a lot of people have Hyraxes and Plague rated pretty highly, and you guys went the distance with Hyraxes, and you look pretty solid against the Plague, right? And then obviously the Strays you played against, but now you're in the Jokers group, right? I'm
Yeah.
not sure if you saw this yet or not, but the Waves did beat the Knaves in a map 5. So after your
Ooh.
3-0 today against the Hats, how confident are you feeling going against these next two teams? Can we expect you to be in a you feeling like you guys are going to be heading up to another upper group here? Obviously, it's always tough to be in one of the lower ones early.
I think it's actually really good for us to be in the lower one. It gives us time to figure out who we are as a team, and you know, I think we think we're a lot. We deserve to be a lot higher anyway, but it gives us time because we really do need that scrim time. We're very flexible. We need to figure out who we are as like a team. And what you can tell like after today, we're starting to figure that out. And we're only going to get better as time moves on.
Nice. All right. Well, Ward, do you have anything else, or should we send it to El Clasico?
I don't have anything else. You want to ask it?
Sure, I'd love to. Well, Space Maker, I'm not sure. You seem to be new here, but we have a tradition. Sorry.
Yeah, do.
There is a tradition. You know, whenever you win match MVP, we have the El Clasico. And if you are not chosen as your match MVP tonight, who on your team would you give it to, and why would you do that?
Um, I mean, I would love if I could give it to all of them, but I think Hyper really like did a lot for us in terms of like a lot of our plans, and then he played like absolutely insane. Like especially when I was on Ana, like I didn't have to. I don't think I ever really saw a dive my way, on the brig. So I guess I'd have to give it to Hyper, for sure. Really, was like the spark to us like winning this game today.
Nice. I I love when people shout out supports too, because unless
Of course.
even if Hyper wasn't necessarily lighting up the kill feed, right? A lot of that stuff is never really said in call, and a lot of that a lot of those flowers are frequently forgotten. So we love our support players, don't we, folks? But
Of
um,
course.
I hate them.
that said, true. Truth nuke. But with that said, everybody, again, thanks for tuning in. Congratulations once again to Spacemaker and the Storm for getting a big win for them tonight. Uh, I believe they're playing who? You guys
Knaves or Wampus
play
I believe
next.
the
the
Knaves
Knaves.
next. So hopefully you can keep this momentum now, locked in as a team. Obviously you have a few more things in place, but I've been Flambo Jambo, joined by War on this cast. War has done an incredible job prodding for us tonight. And thanks everybody for watching. Tune in. There may be a cast tomorrow. I'm not actually sure, but I know there's a game tomorrow. So
Oh, it's me. Cool.
it's true. Bye
Alright.
bye.
Bye.